Hey Canucks fans, welcome to Clay's Canucks commentary for Saturday, March the 30th. I'm Clay Emo, I'm at Canuck Clay on Twitter, I'm at Clay Emo on Instagram. I'm the founder of the GLCBC, the Good Looking Canucks Positivity Club, and this is my Canucks take, all in one take. It is game day. The Vancouver Canucks host the Dallas Stars tonight in their penultimate home game of the season. You guys know I love using that word. It's the second to last home game of the season. They have Dallas tonight. They have San Jose on Tuesday night. It's the second ever NHL game for defenseman Quinn Hughes. He had the city of Vancouver, in fact, the whole league talking about him, the whole league buzzing with his wonderful debut Thursday night in that 3-2 win over LA in the shootout. And we saw why Canucks fans have been so excited for this guy. The way he skates, his edges, his creativity on that assist on Besser's goal, passing it to himself from behind the net, all the great things, walking the line, zone entries, zone exits, all those things. We look forward to more Quinn Hughes tonight. He'll be paired once again with Luke Schenn, his sturdy defensive partner that's quickly becoming an unsung hero for the team. Then you have Edler Biega, and you have Stetcher and Hutton. That means Pouliot, Sautner, and Josh Tevez all sitting out tonight. As for the forwards, bit of a mix in the bottom six, interesting mix, but on the top you have Horvat with Pearson and Eriksson once again. Then you have Pettersson, Besser with Berchi, like the looks of that line. And then the third line, because Virtanen is sitting out, as I record this, I'm not sure why, if he's hurt or if it's a coach's decision, whatever it is, our third line is Adam Gaudette with Ryan Spooner and Josh Leivo. I'm not sure I like that line that much, although I've been talking about how much I like Leivo's game and how much I do like Gaudette. Maybe I'm just not sold on Spooner yet, but they have a bit of everything, size, speed on that line, so we'll see a bit of grit. And then our fourth line, Beagle, Schaller, and Granlund. That means, like I said, Jake Virtanen is a healthy forward sitting out tonight. Oh, sorry, I shouldn't say that. Jake Virtanen is sitting out tonight, and Nikolai Goudobin, I believe, is healthy, and he's once again sitting. Did I mention Pouliot on the back? Yeah, I think I did. I said Pouliot, Sautner, and Josh Tevez as the healthy scratches on D. Looks like Jacob Markstrom gets a net. Would not be surprised to see him go Markstrom, Demko for the final 4 games of the season starting tonight. So a bit of a different look for the Canucks. Same on the blue line, actually, and basically have Virtanen coming out, and we'll see what kind of effect that has on the forward lines, if any, and again, Markstrom in net. So I hope you guys have a good time watching the game. I'm still in Vegas. It's been a long trip, actually, but we'll be coming home on Monday morning. But my son Sean, finally, after a whole week, starts his portion of the bowling tonight. He plays Saturday, Sunday in the Amateur Open. All the pros have been playing all weekend in their Masters. It's been wonderful to hang around them. All right, speaking of having a wonderful time and hanging around wonderful people, last night I was at the Vegas Golden Knights game as they hosted the Minnesota Wild. Went with my man Louis. Vegas Golden Knights coverage on YouTube and on Twitter. Check him out. Follow him on Twitter. Subscribe to him on YouTube. We had a great time. It's like we've been best friends for a long time. In fact, we only met about 12 hours ago, about 15 hours ago as I record this. Great time. Vegas Golden Knights lose 3-2 to the Minnesota Wild. Very, very exciting game. Talk about the game first. Let's talk about Louis first. Louis is undoubtedly the best heckler that I've ever been around. He's loud, he's articulate so you can understand what he's screaming. He's got good comedic timing, very timely, very clever, and he had basically our whole section in stitches as he taunted and he threw out barbs to the Minnesota Wild, although the Minnesota Wild ended up winning. And you can tell Minnesota was playing a desperate team, holding on to trying to make the playoffs, whereas the Vegas Golden Knights clinched a playoff spot there with the Arizona Coyotes with loss. So Vegas has made it to the playoffs both seasons of their existence, and Louis and I were going back and forth all night. I told him that we've been to more Cup finals the Canucks have than the Vegas Golden Knights have, but it doesn't really hold that much water yet. But we will get there once again, and we'll win one soon, hopefully in my lifetime. Yeah, so I was wearing my Canucks shirt, my Virtanen jersey, then I had my NHL All-Star Game hoodie over that, and then it was fun. It was the arena is, oh, by the way, Louis vlogged about last night's game. I made a couple quick appearances in his vlog, so I'll make sure that I share that later on my Twitter feed, and make sure you check it out. He's a great guy. We really enjoyed the 3 hours we spent hanging out and watching some good hockey. Wow, the Vegas Golden Knights, I've seen them in person obviously when they play the Canucks, but they are fast in their home arena. I was impressed by their creativity, the way they game the zone, what they do in the zone. They're not afraid to make back passes, cross ice passes, not afraid to walk the line, not afraid to cycle the puck. They are just a fast team. When you have guys like Marchessault and Smith and Carlson. And their second line of Stastny, Stone, and I'm missing was really good. Stastny, Stone, and Pacioretty. Yeah, that's a really, really good second line. Then you have Scary Reeves out and Carrier out there, and then Eakin and Alex Tuck. They're a strong team up front. On D, not bad. I wasn't too overly impressed, but they have the Schmidt, they have McNabb, they have England, so they're pretty strong on D. And then Subban, he let in a really bad goal early, but he held the fort down for the rest of the game. It was a very sloppy game, actually, but Minnesota played like a desperate team, taking a lot of offensive chances, leaving a lot of defensive things exposed. But Devin Dubnyk was very strong as well in the net for Minnesota. So make sure you check out Louis. I'll post the link a little bit later. He's got a much better recap than I would do, but I was really excited to be in the arena. And lastly, I was excited to see the game presentation. You hear so much about the Las Vegas Golden Knights, the T-Mobile Arena, or the Fortress as they call it. You hear so much about their game presentation. You hear it winning all these polls about best arena to visit, both for fans and for players. And I can see why. The whole game is a spectacle. It's very loud. And you got the PA announcer yelling at you all night, basically. But a couple of interesting things they noticed. They do a lot of pre-game routine, a lot of fanfare, a lot of staged things. With the big Golden Knights sword at center ice, a lot of lasers, a lot of special effects. But it's fun, and I can see how it's very appealing to kids. I can see how it's very appealing to tourists and to people checking out hockey for the first time. And even for me, as a lifelong fan, I did not think it was over the top. I thought it was corny at times, but I get why they do it. It's Vegas, it's a spectacle, and I was very, very happy to go to the game and to experience it. Interesting thing, they show replays while play's going on. That was kind of new to me because the Canucks don't do that. And they also talk a lot. They're talking about who the penalty kill is sponsored by. They're talking about who the power play is sponsored by during the play as well. And that's kind of more like a basketball thing, right? When they ask for cheers during the play. So the Vegas Golden Knights do a lot of that, but can't argue with the way the team's playing, and maybe they get excited. They feed off the energy from the crowd. Definitely a lot of energy. It was loud all night, even from I had high seats in the corner. Actually, not the corner, more like the face-off dots extended. Great seats, wonderful arena, sitting really high up. Overall, great experience. I really didn't have any skin in the game, as opposed to, regarding who won the game. But I wanted them to win for Louis. But although seeing them lose, actually, I didn't want this, but it made for, I'd say, an even more entertaining Louis. Whatever it is, great time. If you're ever in Vegas and you have a chance to check out a game at the T-Mobile Arena or the Fortress, make sure you take advantage of that opportunity. Okay, that's enough. I wanted to talk about last night's game. I want to talk about tonight's game. Quinn Hughes, game number 2, second to last home game of the season for the Vancouver Canucks, and then they prepare for San Jose on Tuesday night, and then they finish off Nashville, St. Louis to finish off this season. Well, lots of time to recap the season, lots of time to look forward to the draft, lots of time to look at free agency as we go. But let's wind down the season. 4 more games to go. Hopefully Pettersson continues, a decent playing streak so he can cement his hold on the Calder Trophy. That's one thing we can look forward to in June. Actually, here in Vegas, the awards, and we have a lot of things to talk about: free agents, RFAs, UFAs, all that kind of stuff. So it should be a lot of fun. But tonight, let's take care of business against the Dallas Stars. Leave a comment below. I'd love to read, react, and reply. You can talk about Vegas. If you've been here, tell me about your experiences in the arena. You can talk about the Canucks, obviously. Quinn Hughes, if you're still beaming over his debut. You can talk about whatever you want as the Canucks wind down their season. Like I said, I'll read, react, and reply as much as I can. Subscribe if you like to. Like this video if you like to. Enjoy the day. Vancouver Canucks, Dallas Stars, penultimate home game. God bless. Go Canucks, go.